Miniature players across the country have gone from sucking their thumbs to sucking wind as the Tiny Football League kicked off its first day of mini camp. Well, here at the Jamestown Bucks mini camp, all eyes, they are glued on their rookie running back sensation, Daryl Clark. The guy is listed as the smallest player on the Bucks roster. Clark showed, though, at 57 pounds soaking wet. Hey, he may be pint-sized, but his heart is actually 2 pints. And you know what? Technically, that's a quart. Guys, determination like Clark's is admirable, but do the championship dreams of the Bucks stop right here at mini camp? All right, let's jump right into what looks like an amazing Tiny Football League season. Our list of the top 10 breakout performers here to watch in 2010.
Right, we all know the big names like the Jimmy Unsons, the Kyle Barts. Every year there's at least one monster breakout star, but no guarantees.
But these are the players to watch.
That's right. Last year they may have been a little too unseasoned or missed the cutoff at 6 years old.
Let's start with the first Tiny Football League player to watch. At number 1, it's the Highwood Titans quarterback, Lance Reed.
And this guy is straight out of Pomona Preschool, where he was a phenom on the playground. Astonishing.
Yeah, Reed brings to the table a whole new facet when it comes to trying to defend the Titans offense.
That's right. Typically, the Titan quarterback just flanks out and you bring in a running back to run the ball. You can basically disregard the quarterback entirely. But now with Lance Reed in the game, you know he can run routes and he can also go back underneath the center and run the ball. It makes a double threat much harder to defend. Defenses just can't cope. So Lance Reed is one to watch.
Yeah, for me anyway. Let's go ahead and look at a guy by the name of David Rose. He is the wide receiver for the Whittier Panthers.
Now, he is over a wicked case of the chicken pox. It actually slammed him late last season, and this was the worst I've seen.
Third up, though, on the TFL's breakout players, defensive end, Big Ben Weed from the Tinley Magic. You do not want this guy across from you.
Yeah, this kid, I bet nobody out there really has any idea who this guy is, but trust me, at the end of the season, everyone is going to know Big Ben Weed. He's dangerous, he's a menace, he creates havoc, crushing sacks. He'll make the opposing quarterbacks pee their pants, literally.
Yeah, imagine what's going to happen when this kid turns 8 years old.
Unbelievable, unstoppable.
Yeah, all right, those are the breakout players to watch on the Tiny Football League. The big season happens this year. Today's win by the 49ers makes a couple of things pretty clear. First, San Francisco has a decent shot at having a pretty good season. And the second, the Raiders don't. Anna Kournikova has 80 websites dedicated to just her. In comparison, the top 10 players on the men's side have a total of 81 combined. Still, with all that information out there, just how much does the tennis audience really know about the 24-year-old?
I think she was rated as high as 8 ever in her career in singles.
How many singles titles has she won?
20. 12.
Let's see, about 0.
That would be the correct answer. How many doubles titles has she won?
I think about 20.
Oh, that's in the ballpark. 16.
16?
Yeah. How many of those are Grand Slams?
None.
2. Is she married?
No.
Yes. No, yes.
No, she's
Yes.
engaged. She's engaged to me.
No. I know.
Yes.
Married to that guy? I know that.
What guy is that?
Ricky Martin. I don't know.
Well, that's close.
Julio Iglesias' son.
Enrique.
Tennis fans may vary when it comes to how much they know about Anna Kournikova, but one thing is for certain. She's one of the most popular athletes around, and she'll be here on Sunday night. Check it out. We are at Sacramento State, where only a few years ago they had a very solid competitive cheerleading squad. Again, we are talking competitive versus traditional cheerleading, the kind that you would normally see at football and basketball games. Competitive cheer, where they normally do their routines in front of judges, not necessarily an audience. And those folks, they feel like athletes without a sport tonight. Check out almost any dictionary, and the word sport is defined by a physical activity that is governed by a set of rules or customs and often engaged in competitively.
5, 6, 7, 8. People say, oh, what sport do you do? And I say, oh, I'm a cheerleader. And they kind of laugh.
According to the Women's Sports Foundation, the following criteria has to be met to be considered a sport. A physical activity which involves propelling a mass through space or overcoming the resistance of a mass. Enough said. A contest or competition against or with an opponent.
We have many opponents. We can have up to 125 clubs at a competition.
Is governed by rules which explicitly define the time, space, and purpose of the contest and the conditions under which a winner is declared.
We have to meet those with jumps, with stunts, with tumbling, with the dance routine itself.
The acknowledged primary purpose of the competition is a comparison of the relative skills of the participants.
We have a score sheet that we have to meet, absolutely.
Cheerleading is most often described and defined as the act of leading organized cheering at sporting events. Competitive cheer, or what these girls do on a regular basis, yeah, that changes things quite a bit.
We're using our arms, we're using our legs, we're using our core, we're using everything we have and entertaining people at the same time. So it's hard. A lot of people say, well, you don't play with a ball, like there's no hoop, there's no goal. We have a different kind of goal, but it still makes it a sport.
Now, I'm not really sure it matters how competitive cheerleading is actually defined. I can tell you, as it was pointed out in that piece, those girls are certainly athletes, and to me anyway, that's certainly more important than any official sport that you want to hang your hat on. Jim?
All right, Mark, a nice job on the lift there. At least you were involved. You were giving
Yeah.
it a shot. All right, Mark Demsky live
Yeah.
at Sac State.